This is the Kool Marvel Deluxe, and it's so Van Halen. Everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, then you are in for a treat today because I am on another Van Halen exploration. Yeah. So this amp, man, oh man, this is my amp. Yeah. I stumbled across this amp at the Brighton Guitar Show earlier this year, and it just caught my eye straight away. The fact that there was a Relic Series EVH guitar standing right beside it kind of helped a little bit, yeah, because, well, yeah, I'm a huge Van Halen fan. What can I say? Anyways, I got talking to Kool, who builds these amplifiers. I wanted to find out more. Now, you'll probably have experienced those moments in life when you meet somebody and you just connect on a deep level. It's almost like you've known them forever and a day. And it was totally like that with Arian. We talked about amps, of course, but also all things Van Halen for like an hour and a half in the middle of a guitar show. Yeah. Seriously, it was just totally awesome. We just really did connect. Look, anybody who's previously been to my channel knows that I really like my Van Halen gear. I have plenty of EVH guitars. I have this Frankie which I built myself. I have a ton of pedals, and I have a couple of the EVH 5150 amps too. I even modded my own custom Plexi to EVH spec. Yep, I kind of like doing the whole Van Halen thing. So when Arian told me that the Marvel Deluxe had a little bit of Van Halen DNA built right into it, I was just totally mesmerized. And as soon as I plugged into it, I was like, this is just an amazing amplifier. It is, of course, based on a Marshall Plexi, but it has so much more to it. Now, just so that you know, this funky stripe decal, yeah, I did this myself. This amplifier just came in white Tolex, and I put my own Van Halen spin on it. I just wanted to let you know from the start, okay? You can't get them like this. Arian won't do this for you. It is built in the Netherlands. That's important because if you know, you know. 50 watts running a pair of EL34s, 3 channels, a clean, an overdrive, and a lead. The clean channel is super pristine and bright and jangly and has its own EQ. It has a bright switch that is perfectly voiced, in my opinion, and provides just the sweetest clean tones. These are clean tones that Marshall amps can only dream about. You can gun the gain and the channel master on this channel to get some of the craziest AC/DC style tones I have ever heard. Then the fun begins, because you have channels 2 and 3, which are the gain channels. My favorite thing, right? Channel 2 covers your classic to hot rodded Plexi tones, everything from your low gain bluesy stuff all the way to melt your face off. This will cover your classic 80s hard rock tones for days. It excels at that sound so damn good. It has plenty of gain and takes boosts and overdrive pedals really well also. Channel 3 is where it gets really spicy. This is my favorite channel by far. You've heard of the Cali or the Cali Killer mod, right? The Jose Arredondo-inspired extra gain stage. Well, yep. This is channel 3. A whole extra gain stage. Well, no, actually no. There's 2 extra gain stages in here. You see, the normal Kali mod usually uses just one side of an additional 12AX7 tube, which is a dual triode tube. In simple speak, that means that there are 2 tubes in one dual triode, essentially. This uses both sides. Yeah, it makes it even more spicy. Think Vindaloo instead of Madras. You Indian food fans will catch that one. Channels 2 and 3 share an EQ, and they each have their own volume boost as well, so that you can set up a rhythm and a lead volume level for each of the channels. They also each have a fat switch that thickens up the sound of the amp, and there is a shared presence and resonance control that applies to all 3 channels. I've got to say the controls on this amp are really effective. Turn a knob and it makes a difference. For example, the mid-range, it really fattens up when you turn the mid-range up. I know this sounds really obvious and maybe a weird thing to say, but some amps, the sweep doesn't make as much difference as you might expect. This does. Alright, I know what you're thinking. You haven't told me anything new. So this is a Plexi style 50-watt amp with some extra goodies. So what? That doesn't make it a Van Halen amp. And you're right. But there are a few things that make this totally Van Halen. First, there is this little switch that says 84 on channel 2. 1984 mean anything to you folks? The 84 voicing tweaks the amp to sound closer to the Van Halen sound than the regular mode. It tweaks the character of the amp and provides that extra Van Halen goodness. To my ears, it fattens up the tone, kind of like adding that fat cap to a Marshall Plexi amp, which is what Eddie did to his Plexi, and I've also done that to my custom Plexi as well. Hey, if you're digging this video, then make sure that you smash that subscribe button and hit the bell notification as well, because there is certainly more Van Halen contents coming really soon. And if you want to check out some more Van Halen goodness, then I have a whole playlist dedicated to all things Eddie. Thanks so much. Okay, let's get back to this amp. Then comes something that I almost missed when I first tried the amp out. The amp has an on-off switch like usual that puts it into standby, but then it has a switch that says on HV and on LV. So I asked Aryan what that was, and he said HV is high voltage and LV is low voltage. As soon as he said it, I felt the hairs on the back of my neck standing on end, and I said to him, "It's a VariAC built into the amp." And he said, "Yep." As soon as I realized that, I was like, how do I get one of these, man? And we worked out a deal. Any fan of Van Halen knows that the VariAC was a huge part of Eddie's tone on those early Van Halen albums when he was using his Marshall Plexi. And as you heard, it makes a difference. It adds some compression and a little bit more overdrive, and it revoices the amp just a little bit too. There is a clarity in all of the frequencies. Plexis can be a little bass heavy, and switching to the VariAC mode brings out more of the highs and the mids while pulling back a little bit of the bass, just a hair. This amp is voiced so perfectly. When I recorded with it, the tones just popped out of the mix. I didn't have to tweak too much, just adjusted levels a little bit, and boom, my mix was done. Sometimes it takes me a little while to mix tracks, but with this amp, it took like 15 minutes. Simply amazing. You know, for somebody like me who records a lot, this made a huge difference. When an amp just sits beautifully in a mix like this one does, it just makes me smile. All of the crunchy Marshall-esque goodness just flows out of this amp, and it is so crystal clear to hear. Kudos to Arian for creating something that is this special. I totally love this amp. As you can probably tell, it is an essential addition to my little collection of Van Halen gear, and to have made a great friend in Arian as well, that was just a huge bonus too, which I'm really thankful for. I did buy this amplifier myself together with the foot switch and this beautiful 112 cab as well. The cab is stunning, loaded with the Celestion creamback speaker. These are expensive, but worth every single penny in my opinion, especially if you're a Van Halen fan. Oh, and I almost forgot to tell you the third Van Halen connection to this amp. It's built like 30 kilometers from where Eddie's family lived in the Netherlands. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. Seriously, there are so many Van Halen connections to this. So cool. Or should I say, cool. Check out the amp on the Kool Amplification website. I shall link it in the video description and the first comment as well. They are super special, so treat yourself if you'd like something that is truly spectacular. A huge thank you to my friend Arian Kool. I would love to know which Van Halen song you would play if you had a Kool Marvel Deluxe amplifier yourself. So leave a comment and let me know. Okay folks, if you enjoyed this one, you know the drill. Subscribe, like, comment and share, because I think everybody needs to know about this amazing amplifier, don't you? Time for the track. Yep, full on Van Halen inspired this one. I pulled out pretty much every single EVH guitar I have for this track. I even used my recently acquired Tokai Explorer. Man, that's a really nice guitar. Enjoy the Van Halen vibes, and I will see you really soon with another one. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.